Karnor did not know fear. As a worshipper of Kor, fear was an emotion that the servants of lesser beings felt. As a Gore chosen, fear was something he created when others simply heard his name. But although he did not feel fear, he felt something very close to it when he saw the strung-up body of Kyra Heartcrusher over the Gore Gate. One of his most skilled fighters, the manner of her death showed the assassin didn't even give her a chance to use her weapon. The coward attacking her from behind with a well-placed blade to the back of the neck. It was the third such attack in as many days. The third attack that, despite ordering his men to scout the citadel and find the assassin on pain of death, he could do nothing to prevent. Already 3 opportunistic Bloodbound had challenged his leadership. Claiming his inability to catch this assassin was a sign of weakness. Although he had killed 2 with their own entrails, and ripped the other in half with his bare hands, the looks from other warriors near the gate made him realize he had to get a handle on the situation. And it would have to be by his hand if he was going to regain the respect of his warriors. Around the pits that night, Karnor drank like a Duerden, drinking blood mead with his warriors while watching slaves proving themselves worthy by fighting to the death. He boasted, he drank, and he slayed his 4th challenger. Done with that night's festivities, he began walking back to his camp, stumbling in the dark as if the floor was shifting beneath him. It was a few minutes into his drunken stumble that he noticed the mark, a strange black tattoo in the shape of a blade that suddenly appeared on his hand. It was in this moment, when Karnor looked at the mark with apparent confusion, that the assassin struck. A shadow appearing behind him with a dagger in its hand. When the shadow's blade was mere inches away from his neck, Karnor turned, avoiding the blow and grasping for the assassin's arm. Despite the surprise, the assassin moved quickly, dodging out of the way of Karnor's grasping arm, but losing her dagger in the process. The assassin jumped back several feet, grasped 2 daggers from her waist, and put herself in a ready stance, waiting for Karnor to attack. Turning around fully, Karnor readied himself for battle. The false act of drunkenness now gone. Khorne's gifts long ago allowed him to ignore the effects of anything that would cloud his mind. His blood boiling for battle, Karnor eyed his now revealed opponent. Although covered in black leathers and hood, the features of a female elf were unmistakable. The way she moved showing the natural dexterity of her race. The way she was positioned made it obvious such dexterity was further trained in the art of murder. Karnor smiled.
"Whether human or elf, you all bleed the same,"
he stated before charging to attack. The battle was one of displaced air and minor wounds, neither opponent making a sound as they attempted to kill the other. Karnor swung his axe with speed and skill, each blow aimed to cleave the elf in 2, and just as skillfully, each blow was dodged, the elf constantly just out of reach of the weapon. The assassin's attack were equally ineffective, each dagger strike making an insignificant cut across Karnor's flesh. The poison coating the daggers, ineffective against the Gore Chosen's Khorne-given gifts. Eventually, the assassin made a mistake. Escaping another swing from the axe, the elf's foot landed on some of the blood that had spilled from Karnor during the battle. Although it disrupted the elf's movements for less than a second, it was enough time for Karnor to kick her in the chest, throwing her at a nearby wall. Karnor walked slowly towards the elf. He had felt at least 2 of the elf's ribs break under the power of his kick. With such an injury, there was no way she could escape his next blow. To her credit, the elf did not try to flee, battle-wizened enough to know the futility of running and readying for her death. Assassin or not, Karnor had to respect that.
"You did well,"
he praised the elf, raising his axe for a killing blow.
"Killing 3 bloodbound of such skill, even with stealth, is not easy. But you had to know facing us alone could only end one way."
The elf looked at Karnor with something akin to mirth, a smile visible even under her black mask, before saying, "Who said I was alone?" Karnor didn't even have time to realize the implications of her words before a dagger entered his neck, jabbing into one side and bursting from the other. His axe dropping from his now numb hands, Karnor fell forward, his chest slamming to the ground and his face angled to the side. His final sight, before his soul was sent to Khorne, was the mocking bow of another elven assassin with a bloody dagger in his hand. When the good people of the realms think of the forces of order, they often imagine the holy warriors of the Stormcast or the Sylvaness marching bravely to war, holding back the tides of chaos with skill of arms and bombastic magics. But not all wars are won on the battlefields. Some are won in the darkness, with hidden blade and shifting shadows. For it is in these shadows where you'll find the Shadowblades. No one knows the true origins of the Shadowblades, but many are the myths surrounding them. Some say they are immortal soldiers from the realm of shadows, servants of some dark god or king. Others say they were gifted to Sigmar by a godly ally in the past. Only two facts are certain. The first is that they are elves, for no other race can equal the trained dexterity and stealth of these killers. Secondly, these beings despise the enemies of order. Many a vile warlord or magic user notice the black mark that is their signature before finding themselves killed by a blade to the back. During the Age of Chaos, the Shadowblades worked tirelessly within the realm of Azir, hunting traitors and the Chaos Tainted, while the armies of the Grand Conclave fought more obvious threats. Now in the Age of Sigmar, they hunt down enemy generals and fleeing traitors, ensuring victory for their allies by weakening their enemies through murder and fear. The last sight most see, if at all, is the assassin. Working in the shadows, they hunt down the enemies of order while instilling fear into those who would oppose them. Becoming a boogeyman, not only to the armies of chaos, but to those in the armies of order who may wish to question their own loyalties, reminding them of what happens to those who turn away from the light. There are times, however, where a simple assassination will not do, where terror must be instilled by more mundane means. In these circumstances, the Dark Riders are summoned. Cloaked in black and riding dark steeds, they appear as if from nowhere, instilling fear in enemy forces before disappearing once more, making enemy armies aware of their own shadows. To be a Shadowblade is to be a murderer in the shadows, to use the power of darkness to fight for the light. Hey guys, this is Arvandus, and I want to say I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like these short stories / descriptions of various races in Age of Sigmar, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll keep doing it. Not only Age of Sigmar, but perhaps other games that I have interest in. Anyway, thanks for listening, and see you next time.